HarlequinAudio is proud to bring you The CEO's Unexpected Child by Andrea Laurence, a Harlequin desire novel performed by Sandra Michelle, and The Seal's Secret Heirs by Kat Cantrell, a Harlequin desire novel performed by Alexander Cendese. Chapter 1. I don't care, Stuart. I'm not letting a total stranger just take my daughter from me. Claire Douglas's lawyer, Stuart Ewing, patted her on the hand. He had a grandfatherly way about him, an easygoing attitude that belied the fact that he was a courtroom barracuda. She had a lot of faith and money invested in the man, but that didn't mean she wasn't terrified, deep down. We'll work something out, Claire. I just need you to keep your cool when we go in there. Don't let your emotions get the best of you. Claire frowned. Keeping her emotions in check was not exactly her specialty. She'd been bombarded with emotions over the past 2 years. Her life had become a roller coaster from the moment she found out she was pregnant. After years of failed fertility treatments, it had been their last chance. That moment had been the highest of highs. Her husband, dying in a car accident when she was 5 months pregnant, was the lowest of lows, especially the painful revelations that followed it. The birth of her daughter had been the only thing that pulled her out of that dark place, giving her a reason to be joyful and live her life again. But she'd never expected this. The disclosure of the mistake they'd made at the fertility clinic had changed her whole life. It had made her a millionaire and at the same time had threatened the stability of her small family. Mrs. Douglas, Mr. Ewing, they're ready for you. The receptionist at the front desk gestured to a set of double doors that led to a conference room. There, Claire presumed, waited the man who was trying to take her child, and the lawyer he'd hired to help him. She felt her stomach roll, threatening to return the coffee and bagel she'd forced down her throat that morning. Come on, Claire, Stuart said, pushing up from the waiting room chair. Everything is going to be fine. You're not going to lose your daughter. Claire nodded, trying to act calm and assured, though she was anything but. There were no guarantees. They were marching into a room where Edmund Harding was waiting for them. He was the kind of lawyer every billionaire in Manhattan had on speed dial. Harding had such a level of prestige and influence that he could probably get the courts to do anything he wanted. Scooping up her purse, she forced her trembling hands into tight fists at her sides and followed Stuart into the conference room. The room was elegant and intimidating, with a large rectangular glass table that cut it in two like a blade. There was no question that it divided everything into their side and their opponent's side. There were plush leather rolling chairs lining the table, but at the moment, all of them were empty. Claire's gaze drifted to the large, floor-to-ceiling windows on the left side of the room. A man stood in front of it, looking out over Central Park. She couldn't make out any of his features, just the hulking shape of his broad shoulders and narrow waist. The man was tall, his arms crossed over his chest. He emitted an intense energy that Claire picked up on immediately. Ah, Mrs. Douglas, a voice called. Mr. Ewing, please, have a seat. Claire turned toward the voice and found a man on the other side of the room. He was gathering paperwork in his hands and carrying it to the table. The man had a certain studious look about him that convinced her that he was the infamous Edmund Harding. That meant the man by the window had to be... Luca, we're ready to begin? Edmund...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?